Hello everyone, so let me put the shield on just for a minute. Let me make sure it went to the other ones because it doesn't. Okay, it did. It just didn't act like it. One last place. Facebook in a group. Okay, switch back over. There. So, I realized after I got home that I made a mistake. And I'll show you what that mistake was in just a minute. Part of it you'll see on the Twitch stream tomorrow, but it still seems like I didn't make a mistake on that stream. Unless you know what you're looking for. So, there we go. Let's come here, come here. Obviously, I have potent existimals going. And that wouldn't be a problem had I not made the mistake. I brewed a healing potion, not a tonic for trace detection for the event. Obviously, we need tonic for trace detection. So, I'm not going to get as far as I would like on going after everything, but I also have time. So, the good thing about that is that does mean that I'm going to be able to, and I missed that one. I'm going to be able to continue what I started earlier today, which I think some of you will like. And I was actually kind of surprised at how fast it went. I will say. So, anyone who's in any of the Facebook groups with Wizards Unite that I'm in knows that I managed to today solo the Dark 5 as a Magi. That, honestly, some of the responses I got were, that really takes a magician to be able to do. So, I've heard of a lot of people soloing Dark 5 without a problem. Obviously, if it takes a magician to solo a Dark 5 as a magi, and a lot of people are saying that, then the ones that are saying, or that have soloed it, have not been magis. I do know some of the other major WooTubers and whatever have soloed it as a magi. So I know at least, if I remember hearing right, that at least one has managed to do it. So I'm not going to say, hey, look, I'm the first one that's done it, or whatever else. But from what I'm hearing, it is enough that I should at least be proud of it. So I'm going to take that as it is and go from there. The reason I'm letting some of these finish is I'm trying to get stuff arranged in my room. I do have good news today for anyone who's been following for the past couple weeks and knows I made it to, or I ended up in with tripping and dislocating my arm a couple weeks ago, I should say. I went to PT today. Doesn't surprise anyone who's followed regularly either, I'm sure. But, and here's the good news, he has taken me off my brace. Unless I'm doing heavy duty work. What does that mean? It means we're now at a point of trying to once again strengthen the muscles to my arm. We aren't as concerned anymore about it dislocating as we were. Now the focus is recovering the muscles. What's the battery? 60. Okay. Is recovering the muscles. So what does that mean? It means we're in a really good spot. Which I am very glad for. It basically means that from here on out, one, don't wear my braces often. So basically, if I'm doing anything majorly with my arm, I obviously can't do heavy duty cleaning of the house. I can do light cleaning, I just can't do heavy duty. Things like that. So, with that, I can by putting on the brace. I just can't do it without the brace. So, there's that. And I'm not going to complain. It also means that we may get some more. Okay, 2.1.5 is not working yet. So, if you have iOS 14, you can't use it yet. You have to stay with iOS 13 for right now. I do want to point that out, because that is one thing that has come up. As you can see, I saved stuff. I should have just used those on those Brilliant event things, but that's okay. Oh, this. Let's see if this is. Nope, still not what I need the most. That they said would be out, and I'm excited for. Okay, let's go on the night bus. I did Forest 1 through Forest 1 earlier, so let's play some. And no, Jen, I'm not taking your profession over. I'm just playing to get a feel. I probably will go down to the Tower 1 once I'm here and try and move up to get a feel of playing with others. I'm just curious what it feels like to play a professor and trying to get an better understanding so I can be the best teammate possible. And it looks like this will be the first one I'm going to have to use a potion on. Yep. I guess I could have let myself die and be healed. Or be revived. So I did figure out on playing earlier a couple of things. One, if you're low on energy, you could, and you have your professor maxed out, you could move yourself to, or be on professor and go through Tower 1, possibly up to Tower, so Tower 1, through Tower 1, you could go without using any energy whatsoever. So you could play in those lower chambers without literally using any energy, and I showed that in my Twitch stream that'll be live on YouTube tomorrow, how to do that. Then if you're, actually let's run, go check here and just see what they need, because there's 3 in there. Let's play. Anyway, you could go through, I think it's Tower 3, I figured, using less than 5 spell energy. So if you figure you get 20 for picking up an item, you use 10 for catching items, and you fight up to Tower 3 in the chamber, you could come out positive every day on spell energy. That's if you are not given spell energy. Okay, no one's giving me stuff, so actually I probably should be rather than doing this. That's right. I should be shielding. And this is why I want to play. It helps me understand. Let's see, let's shield that one. Now, if I remember right, I am weak against both of these. The weakest. Actually, I shouldn't take that because we have an ore. I should leave that for the ore. Aha, there. I think I'm going to save now. We almost have that one going down. So, it's not going to help at all. So we're going to go after this one. And this is why I want to fight, because I forgot about proficiency, and it helps me to know why sometimes they aren't dropping proficiency, because obviously the ore isn't passing them proficiency to be able to drop. And if they're used to fighting on their own, they're used to doing this. Whereas with Magis, we do the same whether we fight on our own or we fight in a group. So I can see, and this is part of why I wanted to do this, I can understand more now why professors may not immediately drop the proficiency. Hi, Dawn! So, I completed Dark 5 with my Magi, and I'm trying out Professor to learn more about it. And trying to go all the way through, see how high I can get. So that I understand better when I'm playing with others why certain choices are made. How are you doing? actually did have a great day. I had PT this morning, and he feels that everything's staying in enough that I can keep the brace off most of the time. And just put it on when I'm doing a lot of typing or when I'm doing a lot of cleaning, etc. So that was cool to hear. Yeah. That was my feeling. It was like, yes! And I'm sorry you're not tired. So, I don't know how my streams are working out for you, the times. Steph says that for her, she wants it before 4. I'm going to let myself die because I've got plenty of time. Before 4 or after 8 Eastern. And I know Jen likes in the evening, so that would be after 8 Eastern for YouTube. But I do both YouTube and Twitch. And I could adjust the time I go live based on what works for them. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yes, hives is not a good thing. And it's never fun. So if I go... So it sounds like the best for you would be if I go live exactly at 8. Because that would give you an hour to an hour and a half that I'm live before you go to bed. And I'm guessing since you're Easter, or because of those times, that my morning streams that I usually go start between 7 and 10 a.m. are probably too late for you. You probably are at work or stuff and busy with your day. Thank you. Okay, I will try that. Because as I say, I'm figuring things out. And learning, I will say I'm not quite as frustrated with people who... So I've had aurors who have not cast professors who have not cast proficiency before. And I've been frustrated with them. And I'm learning that depending on how they play, they may forget. I get that on sticking to a normal sleep schedule. I'm sorry about work. That's sad. Hopefully you can get back to work soon. Yeah, and I figured that. I actually just went in a chamber, a lower one. It was a tower 2, and they never passed any, at least to me. I don't know if they did to the other professor or not, but I just ended up shielding. We never got proficiency cast. So just curious, what profession? Maybe people who, if you don't mind sharing, maybe people who are watching, if anyone has, whether during the stream or later on, if anyone has an idea of a lead on a job, maybe they would be willing to share it. Oh, I totally get that, playing with others, with people you know. I totally get that. I admit I kind of do a bit of both, just because sometimes it's hard to get people together. For me, especially for me, where I don't have a set time I can play, and one thing I've had problems with, I can turn on a stream and watch on a stream, but sometimes trying to play with the Hive Discord, for me, has been hard. And it especially, I'll be honest, I know it doesn't annoy other people, but it annoys me when I can't find the bus and I feel like everyone's waiting for me. Whereas on like Valky's stream or Wizard PhD or Animagus's stream, I can try, and if I happen to catch him, then I'll play. But then if I can't catch him, I don't feel bad. It's not like I said, hey, I'm gonna look for you guys, so wait for me. And it takes an hour and a half, whatever, to find the bus. You know, there's some of the streams even, like the whole I'm looking for the bus, the whole stream, and I never find it. And to have people sitting there waiting in the hive for that long, I'm not. Yeah. There's a reason I'm a Magi. Okay, so insurance agent, which means you've had experience there, so you probably could, or so you're qualified there, because I know that takes some extra qualifications. So there's that. There's banking and finance, and which people may have an idea of, and any office job or bookkeeping. Do you mind sharing the area? Or should they just let you know if they hear of any leads anywhere? Like, not necessarily where you live, but general idea of where you would like job listings sent or ideas sent from if someone hears of any. Because I know that networking is all about, finding a job is, especially in today's, is all about who you know. Or who you know that knows someone that knows someone that may know someone that has an opening. So Western PA. And so if anyone watching this knows of any of jobs in those positions, and it seems like that's a pretty wide market, please let me or Dawn know. Let's try and help her out. Because that's part of what family, and I really think of the Wizards Unite community as a family, is all about. Is one person helping another person. And I know it annoys everyone. It's just, and that people are used to it and no one complains. It's just that I think that's why I chose, I think that's my Hufflepuff side of me. And why I chose to become a Magi is help other people. That portion coming out, and it's kind of hard to do that when you have to make people wait for you. I was actually enjoying Valky's and Wizard PhD's stream yesterday. Other than near the end on Wizard PhD, I was getting worried. I was going, crap, I want to keep fighting, but I can't. And yet I'm the only Magi. What are we gonna do? And right then, I can't remember who it was, but another Magi showed up, and I was like, oh, thank goodness. And I couldn't because I was getting, I think I ended up around 30 or 40 spell energy by the end of the rounds. And like between while I was looking for Wizard PhD and the one time I got kicked completely out of the game, I picked up all the spell energy that was around. And yet I still ended up that low on spell energy. And I'd started Valky's stream with over my max spell energy. So It's not like I could have done really anything else to have more spell energy. It was just the number of times we fought. And the fact that, unlike most of the fortress battle ones that I've done, I was literally the only Magi this time, and so there was no trading out. It was me for every single battle for all of Valky's, and for all of Wizard PhDs until like the last 1 or 2 battles, or 1 to 3 battles. I got close. I got real close. I was down to where I was going, I don't think I can do this. But I didn't want to bail because I knew I was the only one. And so I was just going, okay, keep going. Keep going. Hopefully I don't use too much spell energy. And she actually jumped when she realized how little I had, because she was just after fragments. She jumped down to a lower level so that I was using a lot less spell energy at a time. But it was, to me, it was just kind of funny. I'll show you where I got to today before the event and before the dragons disappeared. This one had been wood, and I got to there. This one had been bronze, and I'm there, but I have all the port keys needed. That one will be gold. It came like down to, I had PT at 8:30, and I knew that usually the port keys start disappearing. Port keys of events and different foundables and everything. And it literally, I got the last, I picked up my second to last, well, third to last port key I picked up right before I went into PT. I mean, the port keys, the 2 port keys hatched. Actually, it was in the PT lobby, I think, either right outside or in the PT lobby is when they were ready to be opened. Hurried and opened them. There was 1 port key there. That was it. And then at the end of my PT session, there was another one. I will admit I started out with 65 silver keys. I think it was 60-something silver keys. And I do Google Rewards, which I think I've heard iPhone does something similar. Let me show you. So, it's Google Opinion Rewards. If you look up Google Rewards, you'll be able to find that. Or you can look that up in the Play Store. And you can earn money by taking surveys. And I had like $8 and something. And I knew I was so close. And I was going, we aren't going to have an option soon for this. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I just thought I'd share because I like it, and I think it's a great way to earn money. Honestly, all but like I've spent less than $20 on this game, I think. Everything else has come from the either Google opinion rewards, and I'm not even sure how much has come from that. I don't think very much. Or just the daily tasks. So, but this time I did spend a little bit because I was going, I don't know when we're going to get dragons next. So I bought the $20 pack knowing that it would give me too much, but that I wasn't sure the $10 pack would give me quite enough. And so I bought that. So do you ever use the stamina? Anyway, I bought that and I used, I think, a total of 10 or 20 keys through that. Because I also had almost 400 gold saved up, waiting. I usually, when I hit the enough, I usually buy the combo pack. So is this ever worth it? This one? I mean, I can't tell what it does. And I know that one on the Magi, it helps very minimally, but it does help. Okay. So it's always worth it to drop it. Unless you're in a time crunch. Yeah, that's usually when I use it too. It sounds like it's the one for, it's very similar to the one for Magi's. And I did that on purpose. I figured rather than use a potion, that I have time. Well, it also looks like something it couldn't help to, if you're in the lobby and you have a few seconds and you have time, and anyone in the lobby, if you're in with a group, has any opening for spell energy or for increasing, go ahead and use it on someone. May not be the greatest, but it does something. And if you have 2 Magis and 2 professors, all of that could mean a big difference. Should have put that on the other spider. Yeah, well, and if you have 4 people all putting 4 on, that's 16 at a time. If you have a foe that's hitting for 20, they're barely going to move down. So it is maxed. Just I haven't played as it at all. Like, today was the first day playing as a professor. Because I've been trying to get my Magi to solo Dark 5. To where I felt comfortable soloing Dark 5. Yeah, I'm just saying. So okay, I see what you were saying from 2 to 4. Okay. Yeah, and I know the Magi has one that gives like 2 or 4, I can't remember. But gives a little bit. And so if you have 2 professors and 2 Magis, each even just using that, that's what I was getting at. I just wasn't sure because just like with the Magi, you can't see what that one's doing. Yeah, I had soloed up to Dark 3, through Dark 3 before we got the night bus. And I was always hesitant to try, and we had so much to do. Plus, then I got sick and everything else. And I was working on my wands, so I wanted to go in with other people because I didn't want to be soloing to get all my wands to complete my challenge pages. Now I'm at the point I just need 1 Harry Potter and 1 George, and so I was like, okay. While I'm working on these, I can see how high I can dark solo. And go from there. Go back. Basically, it was go back to a challenge I had already set for myself. If that makes sense. What would you do here? So obviously the only thing I have access to right now is 2 Urklings. Would you use this? Or would you go in and fight them until you can use your proficiency? And obviously, I know you said you usually go in on with a group, so. Oh, see, and I've got my forest basically at the first of the night bus. I went from bottom to top. I'd kind of been working on that already, and so I just continued. Shield, then hex. Okay. I just continued working on what I had been working on. Okay. So I get why that it makes it clearer to me why some professors may forget about proficiency. If they aren't used to playing in teams, they may not realize how much it helps the rest of the team to drop proficiency even if there's not your stuff there. So they may be going after shielding and hexing, which I do whenever I do see it. Usually I see shields go up and hexes on everything. That's part of the reason I wanted to do this, is to understand a bit more where the professors are coming from. I think I'm going to have to use some potions. Sounds like my husband and the kids just got home from, one was at a church class. Okay. So I'm actually in forest right now. Oh wait, I forgot. This one doesn't have the strength of being there. That should help. Oh, so much better. And you're probably laughing at me. Well, and I get that we all have to learn, but I know sometimes it's harder to learn some things than others. And in this case, anyone who didn't know I would, who's seen me play as much as I have and saw me playing like this, would wonder what the heck I was doing. Why don't I have the experience? But yes, I've never played as Professor before. Literally never. With Auror, I have a little bit of experience because I've used my husband's phone to play Auror.
Your extra daughter's here.
An account.
For 2 days.
Yeah, I heard. Maybe more than 2 days is what I heard.
Yeah, we'll explain later, but yeah.
So I am streaming, but yeah. So I think I'm going to go in just a little bit so I can spend time with family and my spare daughter. And if you watch streams earlier, you'll find why we call her that. She's a good friend that's the...
Did that get caught on the stream?
Yeah, I'm sure it did. I'm on the stream.
I know. My dad's shirt was backwards.
He's been wearing his shirt backwards all day long.
Yeah.
Okay.
He says, why didn't you ever tell me?
Okay, let's see. That makes sense. Okay. So I made it through all, I think that was Forest 5. Yeah, that was Forest 5. So now I can go on to the Dark Chamber sometime. I'm going to go here and show you... let's wait on that. Show you first where I'm at here. So, all of those are gold, green, starred. 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 I need Harry Potter's wand and George's wand. And that's exactly why I haven't played as other than Auror for a long time, because...
Are you streaming?
Yes, I'm streaming.
Hello.
So that's David. He is the youngest at home.
One slice of pizza there for you, David.
Dude, I'm full.
So am I.
Back to what I was saying about my daughter. She's my bonus daughter. She's a really good friend. And so we kind of adopted her. I mean, she's got a mother who loves her and everything.
You better be nicer clothes than that tomorrow.
Yeah, but she's coming at 8.
And others, you gotta set your alarm at 7 and go on over to Grandma's, get changed, and do something nicer. Because if you wear that out on your date, and I come on home and find out if you wore that out with Bree, tomorrow I'm gonna crucify you.
I think Lexi would crucify him.
His shirt's gonna be covered because I'm gonna be wearing my new jacket because we're gonna be in a cold situation.
Even then, Caden. So Caden is 20.
She's 19.
She's 19. No, I said Caden.
I'm 20. She's 19.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
But you're 20.
Yes. I am going to wear something better, but I kind of had institute.
And he's going on a date tomorrow morning. So that's what they're talking about.
Listening to that childhood song I just remembered that popped up over the last few days.
And Lexi is my bonus daughter's name. So, and I'll tell David you said hi when I see him again. He said hi and then ran off. Which he's known for doing. So Lexi and one of my sons have actually dated some. Quite a bit. But right now he's trying to decide if he's going back on a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ or Latter-day Saints, or going to try. We're going to try going back out on his mission. He got sent home because of coronavirus. And he's just trying to figure out what to do right now. And my mom and dad have him busier than all get out, helping them with their family business right now. So I don't think he's had time to think about if he's going back out. So, but even despite that, even if they weren't dating, we still think of her as a daughter. So, yeah, that's one thing. So it's funny. I saw someone, or yesterday I did an interview, and one of the questions was, what do you think about the fact that being a streamer when you're so old? And I'm going, and how do you raise awareness and everything else? And I'm like, I be myself? I don't think that makes much of a difference. And it really, in the community I stream to, seems like most of us are a little bit older. You know, we've got younger people too, but the community I stream to isn't mostly young people. And that seemed to shock him. This is so weird now, having played Professor. I keep waiting for them to lose power for hitting me. When it's on the map, and that only works in the fortress. And when it's had that cast on them. So, my oldest three are out. I don't know if you'd say they're on their own. They live with,
but I don't care.
They live with their uncle, closer to my parents' work. And all of them are working with my parents and being worked quite a bit. But they do have to pay rent and stuff like that.
It's the full one.
Yeah. we actually got into Pokemon Go originally because of my youngest that's turning 17 in a few days. And then I moved over to Harry Potter when I found out it was available. A lot of the other, they all tried it, but most of them either quit playing or play Pokemon Go more. But this one's the one that I enjoy. So, and that's it, is a lot of people are like, oh, that's a youngster's game, and well, a lot of people playing Harry Potter it's a more wide age range, that's what I'm trying to say. Range of ages.
Playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah. But we're talking this one right now. And so it is kind of fun. Let's see if I have any more of the... Yay, another one. I need 4 more if I catch this one.
What? Can I test my sugar?
So we'll check these and then... Or we'll catch all of these and then we'll... or return them, I should say. And then I'm going to let you go. My husband's getting tired. He has to be up. His alarm goes off about 3:30.
3:15.
3:15. And then, yeah, he lays there for a little while, but his alarm goes off at that time so that he can get up, get ready, and get to work. I think by 5? 4:30. What time? Oh, he has to be at work by 4:15. Okay. I always get lost because they've changed it a few times. So, 4:10, 4:15. I'll finish these and then let you go. Well, thank you for joining me today. It was fun. And I got a silver key. I don't need that silver key anymore. Okay. We will talk to you later. Thanks for joining me, Dawn.